All right, guys, I haven't been on here for a while. Good morning. Oh my God, I haven't done my hair. It's okay though. Happy Tuesday. I just want to say, you guys, first and foremost, thank you to everybody who has reached out, who has poured some love, concern. And I wasn't going to do a live right now, but something just came to me. And I was like, you know what? I need to share this because I feel like this is going to highly contribute to our lives, especially this year. Good morning. Good morning, babes. Are you guys happy to see me smile again? Thank you so much for all your guys' concerns. Yeah, say good morning to me. Let me feel, because I've been very lonely at my house. But you guys, thank you. You are amazing too. You say I'm amazing because you see in me what you see in yourself. So just know that anytime you see something in someone that you like, it's because you have it in you. Okay. And every time you see something in someone you don't like, it's because you have that in you too. Otherwise you would be neutral about it. You'd be like, whatever. Anyhow, so you guys listen to what I just discovered. Okay. Actually, I'm going to pull up what I said to her. So I wasn't going to do a live this morning, but something came up and I was like, oh my God, I need to share this. So as you guys know, Sergio's in the hospital, and as you guys probably know, we don't have a lot of we have no family here in Southern California. My closest relative is like an hour and a half away or something like that. And so it's hard, it's challenging because, sometimes you just need a little helping hand. And yes, I know, before you guys go crazy on me, I know I can count on you guys, but I think you're trying. Let me see if you guys can understand what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is like sometimes you want to be able to call your mom or your aunt or your grandma or someone and be like, can you come and like take care of Sebastian for a minute or whatever, right? And so there is somebody that she's like an aunt to Sebastian. Sebastian sees her. Oh, I'm just gonna say it's Gabby. And like the moment this happened, I immediately reached out. For all of you who think I don't ask for help, let me tell you, okay? I sometimes do. I immediately called her and I was like, I was on my way to the hospital, but they're not gonna let me in. Can you please come over and help me with Sebastian? She's like, okay, let me put on my shoes. I'm on my way. And I feel so blessed to have people like that in my life, okay, that would be willing, okay, because everybody probably could, but are you willing, right? Are willing to just drop what they're doing to come and help someone they love, right? I think she loves me. I know she loves me. Anyway, so something happened when she was here. We were talking and everything like that, right? And so then I told her, I want to give you a gift. And, one thing I have to say about Gabby, if you're watching this, that I really admire about you is although she doesn't recognize it maybe, she really doesn't have like that hard of a time receiving. Like it's really nice to give to her. So here's what happened, okay? So I said, I want to give you a gift. And she just looked at me and I told her, I said, I want to give you a gift of you talking to my coach. For those of you guys who don't know, I have been working with Olga for like 7 years. Okay, she found me in the deepest place of my life. I was in a huge depression. I was on the couch for like 6 months, okay, and I hardly left my house. I mean, I would not commit suicide, okay, but I had those thoughts like, if I die today, nobody would even know. Like, that's how deep of a place I was in. And, 6 months later, I met her on a cruise. I'm not going to go into how I met her, but you guys are going to get to hear from her at the end of the month. I am interviewing her on a Wednesday before the full moon. And so she has dramatically helped me and has helped a lot of people that I love. Okay. And so I told Gabby, because she was sharing something with me and like, I really didn't know how to help her, right? And I said, I want to give you a gift. I want to give you a gift for you talking to my coach. She's amazing, right? And so this morning, she messages me. She's like, okay, this is what happened. And she's like sharing with me what she learned about herself and about what Olga helped her identify. And she's sharing all these things, right? I'm going to read to you what I told her. So she said, I hope she doesn't mind. It's okay, right, Gabby? So she said, I can't thank you enough. Yes, I do feel lighter. And yes, I am making those changes she recommended. And I'm not going to tell you what. Okay, I'm going to respect that. And then she said to take time to heal yourself and take care of yourself after your surgery. But then she said, I can't thank you enough. Okay. And here's what I said to her. I'm just going to tell you what I said. Okay. And let me explain before you judge it. I said, you are so welcome. It makes me so happy to help you. I appreciate and love you so much. Besides, okay, because she helps me a lot with Sebastian. Okay. So she's around one of the most important people in my life, which is my son. Okay, she helps me a lot whenever, not a lot, but she helps me when I need help with him. And so here's what I said to her. I said, besides, I need Sebastian's auntie to be good for her so that she can be good for him. Okay? And then I just put LOL, just kidding. And then I go, actually, I'm not kidding. But honestly, I do love helping those around me because I love you, but also for selfish reasons, I am helping. If I'm going to have people I love around me, I want those around me to be at their best. It elevates my life, it elevates me, and it makes my life better. Powerful morning. Good morning, guys. And so why am I sharing? I'm going to read it again, okay? So I said, but honestly, I do love helping those around me because I love you, but also for selfish reasons. If I'm going to have people I love around me, I want to be around them at their best. It elevates, when they're at their best, it elevates my life. It elevates my life. It elevates me, and it makes my life better. So here's why I'm sharing this with you guys, okay? Sometimes, so I said this in the morning motivation call that I did yesterday, and that is that the quality of your life is directly related to the quality of your relationships. The quality of your life is directly related to the quality of your relationships. So if you don't think that the people's life, the people that you have around you don't impact your life or don't affect your life, you're a little naive. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean that you got to take their problems on. That doesn't mean that you have to fix their problems. That doesn't mean that you have to adapt their way of thinking and their habits and all of that. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I am saying is that people around you, how they live, how they think, how they're feeling dramatically impacts your life. So when I said this to Gabby, okay, it's because I care a lot about her, but also she's around my son a lot. Right? And so I first of all, I want to help her because I love her. But also, if I'm going to have people around me, I want to support them to live their best life. Why? Because if they're happy, I'm happy. That doesn't, okay, so don't misinterpret. It doesn't mean like, oh, because he's sad, I'm sad. Because she's sad, I'm sad. No. Like everybody's responsible for your own feelings. But what I am saying is like, if I have the people around me, those people that are around me are going to be around me, I want to support them to live their highest level of themselves for them. And also because if they're going to be around me, I want that also for me. So as we're walking in, again, we're like January 12th, okay? 12 days into the month. All right. How are you doing with your goals? How are you doing with everything that you said you were going to be doing? Okay. And what can you put in place to support yourself and support the people around you, especially those that you live with? Okay. What can you do to support yourself and to support the people around you to live their best life? Because at the end of the day, you guys, okay, especially those of us who are parents, our children dramatically affect and impact us. Number one, when they're little, because they were inside of us. Okay, I'm not going to go into the whole energy thing of it, but just trust me. Okay, you have a lot to say about the way your children feel and think, especially between 0 and 7 years old. You as a mother have a lot to say, okay, that we got to be good for ourselves, but we got to be good for them. So I just wanted to come on here really quick and do a quick live, okay? I'm going to be doing, Iceland, like 2 weeks ago, asked me to do a call for them. Today I have a mentoring call with them, and I'll make sure I'll put it on here. It's going to be at 1 o'clock California time. And I got to tell you, that team, I really love them. They're a very special place in my heart. I love Iceland. If you've never been to Iceland, that is a place you definitely want to go to. Okay. It is, especially the Blue Lagoon. It is one of the most beautiful, if you like nature, one of the most beautiful places to go visit. So I have a call with them today, but I just wanted to hop on here. Okay. I'm glad this helped, to just share that with you guys. Okay. It does make a difference that we support and help those around us not only live their best life, but also support those around us to live up to their dreams. Okay, you might not agree to what they're doing. You might not agree or believe in what they believe, but at the end of the day, if that makes them happy and if that supports their life, I'm gonna recommend that you respect that for them, because you also want them to respect how you're okay, you know what? I just got something. How many of us, okay, it's a joke, okay, but I don't really believe this, but I like to blame Sergio for it. I'm just like, I gained all this weight, it is all your fault, right? He just looks at me like, he doesn't even say anything. He's probably thinking, this crazy woman. But I don't believe that, but it just makes me feel better, right, to blame him. But it's not true, right? This is my mouth, my hands, I control them. But here's the thing, right? So how many times, so for example, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm not drinking, okay? And so like if we're going to be around people and they're drinking, okay, like, okay, that's your prerogative, right? I'm not going to try to make them feel guilty about it. I'm not going to try to make them feel wrong about it. But how many times do we be like, oh, I can't believe you're drinking. Okay, I used to do this. I don't anymore because I've been mindful about it. But it's like, I can't believe you're drinking, or I can't believe you're eating that in front of me. You know I can't drink. You know I can't eat that. Okay, so it's like, here you're wanting them to respect what you want. Here you are wanting them to respect what you are eating or not eating, or drinking or not drinking. But yet you're not willing to respect what they're choosing to eat and what they're choosing to drink. Do you get me? So like here we are wanting them to respect and like respect what we're up to, yet we don't respect what they're up to and how they're thinking and their habits. So I'm not saying it's easy, okay? I'm not saying it's easy, but here's the thing, right? The more we can respect those around us and what they're up to, the more they will then respect you. And then lastly, I heard this the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, yes. And that is this. I'm going to invite you this year, 2021, to really have people around you that respect and love you, okay? Life is so short to be having people around you. I'm not saying to like, be rude to them, but just be mindful. Like, okay, this person doesn't serve me. Meaning like they're not in alignment to what I'm up to in life, okay? For example, I have no judgment against people that use drugs. But I just choose not to, all right? So like people already know I'm not going to offer Karla, I don't know, cocaine or whatever, right? Because they already know that I'm not up to that. How can you do that with family? Oh, girl. Well, here's the thing. Okay, so let me finish my thought. This might help you. And that is that, people already know, like, for example, okay, you train people on how to treat you. You train people how to treat you. And I know you've heard this 1,000 times before. Maybe you haven't. I don't know. But that is that people are going to treat you the way you treat you. People are going to treat you the way you treat you. So for example, I'm just going to use an extreme case, okay? So I don't put it bad up on somebody else. But for example, right? I don't use cocaine as an example. I know this is really extreme, but so if there's people around me, they're not going to offer that to me. Why? Because I don't use it. Now, if somebody is around me, okay, and they know, and they have like a beautiful mug, and they know I drink tea every single day, they're probably going to be like, oh, wow, Karla, I'm going to offer this to Karla. Why? Because they know that I drink tea every morning. Okay, so you got to ask yourself, why are people treating me this way? Okay, like don't blame them, but be an observer. Like, why are they treating me this way? Why are they disrespecting me? Why are they not respecting what I'm trying to eat or drink or whatever? Why? Start to ask yourself, like, why? And in that question, okay, you might start to look at yourself. Like, what is it about me that has them not respect me? Well, let me think. Maybe because I don't respect myself. Or for example, okay? For example, I already know this about my husband, okay? And that is that he is somebody that like really values his time, like a lot, okay? He really values his time. He has indirectly taught and trained me that I need to respect his time. Like he's already like, and I'm not saying I do this all, I'm not saying I'm 100% with it, but I already know, like I already know that, like there's certain times that are like valuable to him, like going not mountain biking. I hope he doesn't do that anymore, but if he wants to go mountain biking again, okay, I'm just going to be like, all right, yo, get a good bike, get good brakes, and don't go on those crazy hills anymore. Right? Like, but at the end of the day, it's his choice. Right? And although I might not want him to go bike riding again in the mountains as an example, okay, because of what happened, I have to respect that, right? And in return, if I do that enough, okay, I'm going to hope that he does that for me. Now, what happens if he doesn't respect what I'm up to? I'm just using him as an example, okay, girl, for the question that Yolanda asked. But what happens if he doesn't in return, like let's say, so for example, right, like I do things that he does not believe in. Okay. And that's okay. Like, I don't even care if he believes in it or not. Like, those are my beliefs. Those are my things. Like, do I wish he did? Yes. Do I wish he was like, no, I've gotten healing from people that have dramatically changed my life. Like, I can feel the shift in me. And I'm like, I really wish that, oh, thank you, babe. I really wish that you would do this. And trust me, I want him to like take on this like healing because I love him and I want him to feel like I'm feeling and I want him to experience the things I'm experiencing. But it's only going to frustrate me that I'm constantly trying to impose something on him that he doesn't believe in. So now what do I do? Okay, Yolanda, here's what I do. I just share with him. Like I just had this healing the other day by this energy beta healing. And for those of you guys who don't know, I love all the energy stuff. I don't understand, including my husband, I don't understand how people don't believe in it. Like, how do you not believe in energy? Like, how do you not realize how people's energy affects us? And it's like your body has memory, right? And so all that gets stored inside of us. So yes, could I do something on my own to release? Yes, but guess what? I'm like, if someone's going to help me release it really quick, I'd rather do something to release it really quick. Like, I'm not the type of person that's going to be like, okay, well, let me try to figure this out on my own. Let me research it, right? But other people are. I don't understand why you would be that way, just the way they probably don't understand why I wouldn't want to research it. So the more you can understand yourself, the more you can respect yourself, the more you can, here's one, Yolanda. Here's one. The more, and this is a struggle for me. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I'm still working on this. The more you learn to set boundaries, the more you learn to set boundaries. I'm going to say that again. The more you learn to set boundaries, the more effective you're going to be with the way people treat you and the way the universe treats you. Because people will then therefore know, I can't mess with her. Or like, for example, there's a friend of mine, her name is Sochi. I love her to death. But I already know that like, I'm not going to just go buy her a chapstick for her birthday. Like, I just know that. Like, she's not materialistic, but she has taught me what she likes. Now, if I give her chapstick, she's going to be like, oh, thank you, right? But like, I know that's not going to make her that happy. I know she has good taste. She likes high quality things. She likes simple things. So if I'm going to buy her something, I'm going to buy her something that I already know that she's going to love. Then I have other friends, which I won't name their names. Let's call them Bob. Okay. I have other friends. Let's call them Bob, that they have taught me that they don't care. That they have taught me that they can care less. they have taught me that they don't take the time. Like they're not picky. They're like, whatever. Everything's whatever. What do you want? Oh, whatever. Oh, it doesn't matter. Like they don't have, I don't want to say they don't have a backbone, but they don't have decision. They haven't put those boundaries in their space. So therefore people treat them like whatever. People treat them like, okay, whatever, because that's how they treat themselves. Like I know there's a specific friend of mine that if I bought her, I don't know, this thing, right? She would be like, oh my God, thank you so much. Because she's very like, she doesn't have high standards. I give this to Sochi, she's going to be like, yo girl, what's this for? Like, I know she loves me, but she's probably going to be like, what's this for? Like, thank you, but why? Like, you know? So here's the thing, right? I want us all, and let me tell you something. It has been a work in progress for me. That is why I got that Louis Vuitton wallet. Do you think I value, I don't know if it was like $700 or $800. I don't remember how much it was. Okay. It was a lot of money. Like, I think it's a lot of money for a wallet. Do you think I value a wallet for like $800 or whatever it was? No. But I did it because I'm like, I need to start shifting the energy of what I'm telling the universe and everybody around me that I deserve. Right? So I'm just going to leave you with this. Okay. Or I think somebody just asked me a question, and I love it when you guys ask things. How do you stay away from people with bad vibes or unsupportive and just overall extremely negative, but you live in the same household as them? Ooh, girl, that's a whole nother life. Okay. I will tell you, I know you're not going to want to hear this, because every time Olga tells me, I'm like, otra vez. Like, okay, not to say my husband's negative, because he's not, but husbands and wives, they get on each other's nerves, right? I am so certain that my husband, I've gotten on his nerves one too many times, right? But here's what I would say, okay? I would say number one, I don't know who you, I won't say her name, but here's what I would say. Number one, be super clear on what you want and what you stand for. And what are your values? Like, what do you value in life? And here's the thing I'm going to tell you, and I hope I'm not like, well, you asked, I'm going to tell you. They're most likely not as supportive as you would want them to be. Now, they could be very negative in nature, as an example. They can be very like, as in nature, doesn't matter if it's the Dalai Lama in front of them, right? They're just who they are. But if you notice that they're not like that in all their areas of their life, like they're positive in some things and they're good in some things, here's what I would say. I'm going to invite you to look at yourself and to think about how serious are you taking the things that matter to you. For example, I meditate every morning. My husband does too. Like, maybe he doesn't do it every morning, but he believes in meditation. But let's just say he didn't. Okay, let's just say he didn't. And let's say he sees me meditating and he walks in and he's like, what are you doing? That stuff's so stupid. Let's just say, okay? Which he doesn't, but let's just say he did. Okay. Now I could look at him and I could start fighting, as an example. I can be like, what do you mean? And da, 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 da. Or I could just be like, okay. And I keep doing it. And then the next day I do it again. And then he's like, what are you doing? Da, 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 da. And I just look and I stay meditated. I stay grounded and I do it again. Or they're like, come on, eat this. And then you don't give it. Eat this. And you don't give it. Eat this. And you don't give it. Eat this. And you don't give it. They're going to be like, oh, she's serious. This meditation thing is important to her. Or, oh, she's serious. She's really not going to eat this thing. And they're going to stop asking you. But if you give in, okay, or if you're like, okay, fine, they won. Or if you're like, okay, fine, I'm not going to meditate anymore. They're going to be like, yeah, of course, because it doesn't say I told you. So one of the things that I have done whenever I've had people around me, I normally don't keep, this is different, right? Because they're in your household, but I try not to be around people like that too much. If I can avoid it, I will. Now, if I were living with them, what I would do is I would work so much on myself to make sure I'm strong, to make sure I'm good, to make sure I continue to do the things that make me happy. I continue to do the things that matter to me. And as a result of that, okay, that really assured me I'm doing the right thing and I'm just continuing. Yeah, and you don't have to be rude about it. Like, I'm going to actually invite you not to be rude about it, because here's the thing, they're throwing out negative energy to you. And then if you're throwing out energy, oh, my husband's here. Hi, babe. I miss you. If they're throwing out negative energy to you and then you're throwing out negative energy back, well, then guess what? Now you're like one of them, right? But if they're throwing out negative energy to you and you're like the metrics, you should watch the metrics, right? You're like, then guess what? They're going to get tired. Okay? I got quarantined with the worst people in the world, right? They're going to get tired. They're going to be like, okay, how what, babe? How what, Yolanda? They're going to get tired. I need to stay grounded. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to give you a tip, okay? I'm going to give you a tip. How you get grounded is I'm going to recommend, somebody wants to go live with me. Was that a mistake? Say yes, I want to go live with you, and I will hit your view request. And sometimes they hit it on mistake. Last time I was like, oh, someone wants to go live with me. They're like, oh, no, I didn't. I'm like, okay, well, anyway. But, here's the thing. For how do you stay grounded? How not to throw shade. I don't know what that means. But they hate an innate back. So here's the thing, okay? So I'm going to give you a little tip that I do, okay? Girl, you're making me... Okay, I'm just going to go there. Fine. All right, so when I meditate, okay, yes, my head doesn't always turn off, okay? I don't know how to do that all the time, but sometimes I do. Half of the time I fall asleep. That's okay. I set an alarm. I'm like, okay, I'm going to meditate for 15 minutes, and I put a guided meditation, and I put an alarm because 99% of the time I fall asleep. Well, I shouldn't say 80% of the time I fall asleep, okay? But here's what I do, Yolanda, okay? Here's what I do. So I envision, all right, and you guys can research this. There's these things called chakras. I'm not going to go into it, but your first chakra, okay, which is sitting at the tailbone of your body. I envision like a tree trunk going all the way down to the center of the earth, okay? I just envision it going all the way down to the center of the earth. And once I can see it in my mind, okay, I have my eyes closed, all the way down to the center of the earth, and then I make the tree trunk wide, okay? And at that moment, I visualize everything that I think about, everything that doesn't serve me. And I just literally see it go down that tube to the center of the earth. Like, I don't mean to be gross, but almost like you're pooping it out. Okay, you're just letting it go to the center of the earth. I just let it go. I just let it go. I just let it go. And like everything, I just let it go. Let it go. Okay. And then like there's a lot of things that maybe I don't see. I just keep doing that. And then I let go of everything else that doesn't serve me. Okay. Then here's the tip. Okay. Here's the tip. Then I rub my hands because you are energy. For those of you who don't believe that, get over it. You are energy. So okay, I rub my hands, and actually you guys can maybe one day do this, rub them so much that then you can go like this, and you can even go like this and feel a ball, like literally a ball of energy. But anyway, so you're going to go like this, and you're going to rub them until your hands get nice and warm, okay? Then what you're going to do, okay, your eyes are still closed, you're going to go up like this, okay? Okay, so anyway, just try it, okay? Don't try it. Just do it. Trust me. You're going to go up like this, and you're going to still have your eyes closed, okay? You're going to look up, and then you're going to visualize like all these, okay? I have so much, okay, so are you paying attention? Pay attention to what I'm telling you, okay? So just pay attention, okay? You're going to go like this, okay? And you're going to look up, and with your eyes closed, and you're going to visualize a big sun, hi, Noel, a big sun above your head. Okay, I did a lot. It's called bringing in sun. So you're going to go like this, okay? And then you're just going to keep your eyes closed, or you just stay grounded. Doesn't matter if you don't have to look up, okay? And then you're going to bring in that sun from the crown of your head. You're going to feel the sun going all the way down to your toes. And then you're going to do it again. Okay, so why I do this is because especially before I go on stage, when I speak on stages in front of a lot of people, or I'm going to be around people that I know are going to hit me with, they have bad vibes and all that. It's like I shield myself and I protect myself with light. So number one, I do the whole tree trunk thing that I talked about. Just let it go, just let it go. All the things that don't serve me, and like, even those people, can you share more another day how you get started on the energy train? Yes, sure. You guys want to go there, huh? Okay, fine, I will. Anyway, so you, oh, you guys just brought me back a lot of memories. But anyway, okay, hold on, let me let it go. Woo! Okay. So that's what I do, okay? Let it go, and then the sunlight, and come down, okay? And I do that several times, girl. I do that several times. And then I open the door and I go on stage, okay? Or you open your door and you face people. But here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing, girl. And for everybody who's around a lot of negative people, everybody who's around a lot of like negativity at work, at home, in the gas station, okay? You must be so aligned and so good with yourself that you need to watch the movie The Secret. If you haven't watched the movie The Secret, go watch that movie. There is a time in that movie that it talks about how a couple didn't get along and how they shifted that, okay? And it's all because the perspective. Oh, good. I'm glad, girl. That means if you're in tears, that means that it hit your soul. Okay, and I'm going to tell you something. Whenever you hear something that's not like sad, like, oh, my husband's in the hospital, of course I'm going to cry. But whenever you hear something that really moves you, it's because your soul knows that there is more for you and that you are not living up to your full potential. None of us are, but some are really not living up to their full potential. None of us are, but some are really, really, really not living up to who you know you really are. And let me tell you something, and I say this with a lot of respect, that is one of the hardest places to live. Because if you know you have more in you and you're not living up to that, you're going to be sad, frustrated, I would even say depressed sometimes. Because your soul wants more. Your soul knows exactly what you want. Your soul knows exactly who you are. And the reality is that when you're around certain people, like I get this all the time. Well, I shouldn't say all the time. I get this a lot. I get people tell me, oh my God, you really inspire me. And guess what? That means that they see something in me that they have in them. Now, some people might be like, oh my God, you're so annoying. That means there's something in me that they have in them that they cannot stand. I'm going to say that again. There are certain people that you might be annoyed with, or you might be like, that person me cae gordo, or like, I don't like that person. Unless they've done something to you, and unless even then sometimes, unless they've like literally hurt you, okay, there's something in them that you cannot stand with yourself. You can't stand it because you have it. You just don't see it. Or there's a part of you that you don't like and that person is showing you the mirror. Sit with that. Next time somebody gets on your nerves, don't be like, no, I'm not like them. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Otherwise, it wouldn't bother you. Otherwise, you would be neutral about it. Like there's certain people that I'm like, oh, this person, but they don't affect me. Like I'm like, okay, this is not a good person. And that's it. Like, that's it. I don't get emotional. I don't get all raveled up about it because I'm like, okay, I can just acknowledge that this person doesn't have a good energy, a good vibe. And that's it. And then there's some people that get on my last nerve. Not as much anymore because I've done a lot of work on myself, but there's still some people that will get, ouch, on my last nerve. And then I got to stop and think, what is it about them that I cannot stand about myself or that I don't like about myself? And that person is just giving me a mirror image of that in me. And when Olga told me that, and I've heard that not just from Olga, I've heard that many times in a lot of books and a lot of things. I'm like, at first I was like, There's this one person, I'm not gonna say her name, but I just cannot stand her. And I had to think, like, what? I'm like, nothing. I'm not like her. And I kept resisting it. And then one day she like kept asking all these questions, and I was like, oh, that's me. Like, I'm like, why? I'm like, shut up. I was like, oh my God, that's me. That's me. Yay, I'm glad that helped, okay? Yes, girl. Yes, I'm glad. Go ahead and cry. Crying is good sometimes, okay? Don't hide your feelings. This was supposed to be like a 10-minute life. But anyway, you guys went there, so I went there with you. So I love it when you guys message. I love it when you guys ask. Because it makes me, especially right now that we're in quarantine, it makes me feel like connected. So you guys want me to do another day how you got started on the energy train. You guys are nosy. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I will. Not today. I will. But today I'm going to have a live with Iceland, especially for those of you guys who have a business. Okay, you might want to hop on. And for those of you guys who don't have a business, but one day want to have a business and want to make money working from home. And I'm just going to say, I was going to say, where's my phone? You're on it. Here's what I'm going to say to you guys, okay, just to finish this off. And that is, if you are not making your phone make you money, you're a little behind on time, okay? Things are dramatically shifting out there. The whole thing about when our parents or our grandparents were like, job security, I'm going to work for one company for the rest of my life. So pick a good company, and then I'm going to have a pension, and then I'm going to retire, and then I'm going to travel the world with my retirement and social security, la, 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 la. Those days were gone. Then we had the .com era where you switch companies like you switch your underwear. Okay, and it's acceptable now. Like, oh, I've had 20,000 jobs. It's no longer like, why? Like, it's acceptable now. Now people know, okay? Then we went into the era. Now we're walking into the era of entrepreneurship. Why is Uber and Lyft, why were they so popular for a while? Why? Because it allowed people, okay, to have like their own business on their own time, okay, and be able to make some extra money around their crazy life schedule. Well, guess what? That's exactly what we do. So like, if you are not using your phone to make money, like, you're missing out, because the reality is everything now, as you know, is going online. Like, nobody's going to the stores anymore. Well, not as much anymore to buy things. Now online sales through the roof. Now people are very comfortable and like now to shop online. So I'm going to invite you, okay, if you guys want to hop on, it's at 1 o'clock California time. I'm not going to be talking about that. She wants me to talk about how to set up your year in business. She wants me to talk about what is it going to take to keep yourself motivated in your business in 2021. So that's what I'm going to talk about. But if you're on here and you have a business, you want to have a business, or you like kind of are playing with the business, hop on. And I'm going to tell you this. Take whatever you do more seriously. Whatever it is, take it more seriously. Oh, I love and be part of Simply the Best. Oh, thank you. Take things more seriously. The reason I'm saying that is because life goes like this. And if 2020 taught us anything, is that you never know what's going to happen. The only certain thing that we know for sure is that there's going to be uncertainty. That's it. There's some certainty in certain things, but most things, the certain thing that we know now is that there's a lot of uncertainty out there in the world, in the economy, people, I mean, just everything, right? So if you're looking for an opportunity, and if you want to know what it is that I do, want me to support you and help you and coach you, if you're not involved in a business, reach out to me. I'll show you, and you can see if this is for you. It's going to be at 1 o'clock California time. Okay, so Iceland is a beautiful place. When they asked me to do it, of course I said yes, because they're just such beautiful people there. And hopefully one day I get to go back, but I want to take my husband with me, because we're going to go. They have these, it's just gorgeous. Okay, it's not icy. It's actually very green. I don't know if you know this. Iceland is green. Greenland is icy. It's like a whole history thing. Look it up, okay? But with that said, you guys, thank you. This call was supposed to be like 10 minutes, but we had great conversation, and I'm really glad that you guys chimed in. I love it when you guys message in there. I read them because to me, it's like our new way of communicating, okay? You're very welcome. I hope that helps. And remember, how you treat you is how others are going to treat you. So if you want the outside world to change, start looking at yourself and start constantly asking, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Be a person that's curious about yourself. Be a person. Oh, hi. Hello, Hawaii. Be a person that's curious about yourself. Let's stop. I'm saying this to myself too. Let's stop blaming the outside world and let's start looking within. All right. I love you guys and I will see you guys later. How do I end this live?